This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game. Located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Good evening, everybody. How are you? And for the 21st time in Lincoln Community High School history, the girls basketball team has advanced to the sectional tournament after winning their 21st regional tournament last week against Mount Zion in a game Darren Worth, I thought, showed the best effort they had all year.
Yeah, defensively and them just playing hard. I mean, they were everywhere. And that second half, that's one of the best halves I think I've seen the girls play all year. And if they bring that effort tonight, we've already played Bloomington once this year, won by 6. I know that Leonard hit a couple threes to keep them close for Bloomington. But if we bring that effort tonight, especially this is a big court, and we can get out and run, because Bloomington only plays about 6 girls, and a couple of them are big girls, to where we need to get our defense going and the effort and get out and run.
Darren and I are on the campus of Normal West High School for the opening game of the IHSA Normal West Sectional featuring Lincoln and Bloomington. And the second game, Darren, I believe, is Decatur, MacArthur, and Champaign, is it not?
Yes, it is.
And Champaign beat Mahomet Seymour to get here. So it's basically all opponents that Lincoln has faced during the year and beaten during the year. So from a coach's perspective, would you rather play somebody you've already seen or somebody you haven't seen?
And especially with Lincoln, because we have so many sets, so many things that we do our same thing over and over and over. Of course, we're going to be familiar with whatever team we played. And MacArthur, when we played them, they didn't have their, I think it was their second or third leading scorer. She was out for at least a month and a half, and so she's back right now. So and they're playing pretty well. But Champaign Central, we went up there. I thought that was one of our better, actually, offensive games too, and we ended up, boat racing them. I think we beat them 69-35. But if you remember that their leading scorer didn't come in until halfway in the first quarter or second quarter.
Back on February the 5th, Lincoln beat Bloomington at Lincoln by a score of 36-30. Mia Clark had 18, and Lily Holmes had 6. For Bloomington, Tina Leonard had 15, and the big girl, Maddie Embry, had 9. Embry is averaging 11.5 a game. She's their leading rebounder at 7 points per game. But their leading scorer is Lauren Shuey at 13.2 a game. And Tina Leonard, who showed an ability to shoot the fourth quarter up at Lincoln. Darren, Lincoln was up in that game 35-24, and the final score ended up being 36-30. So an 11-point lead erased by Bloomington down to 5 before, I believe, Paisley Holmes hit a late free throw to make it a 2-possession game. But you don't want to let this Bloomington team hang around, because I said during that game to Jan Bowers that it was the best 9-17 team I've seen. Yes. Now they're 12-18 on a 3-game winning streak. 12-18,
and they played Normal West. They played Normal West 4 times, and the first time they played Normal West was in November in a tournament, and they got beat by Normal West 55-15. And then they played them 2 other times. Normal West beat them again, but they ended up beating Normal West for the championship or regionals.
And those other 2 games were very, very close basketball games, as opposed to that early basketball game. And you don't know, maybe they had girls that didn't play because they were just coming off volleyball or something like that. But the game at Lincoln was kind of slow-paced, and it was fairly physical. And you and I talked, we'd like to see Lincoln get out and run, because I think that if they got out and run, they can exhaust Bloomington.
Yeah, they're 2 big girls. They're a 5'10" girl and a 6-foot Embry, and I think it's the Sterling girl that's a junior. You get them running up and down the floor, because I don't think Embry even came off the floor when we played them over in Lincoln. This is a bigger gym as well, so we pressed the whole game against Mount Zion. Don't expect us to press probably the whole game here.
I believe, looking at this, that this is actually a college-sized floor as opposed to a high school-sized floor. And we saw the game over at Pekin. Well, you weren't there at Pekin, but over at Pekin, that was played on a college floor as well.
Yes,
and Corey thought the girls tired out a little bit at the end.
Yep.
Well, we both know from the 1-2-2, the bigger floor spreads it out more, and you got more ground to cover.
Well, and here's another thing that could be our advantage too, to where if we do get up in a big lead or a lead in the fourth quarter, you've got our two quick guards, Schneider and Paisley Holmes, to where nobody could catch them from Mount Zion. And this could be the same, especially with the bigger court, to where we can go in and out, because right now this year there's no shot clock in this. Next year it might be coming, but not this year.
Bloomington comes into the game with a record of 12-18. Lincoln comes into the game with a record of 24-8. And Coach, throw the records out the window right now, because both teams are 2-0 right now in the postseason. And I can remember painfully a Danville team that started the tournament 9-14 and ended up coming into the Super Sectional with a record of 13-14, playing Chuck Verderber's Lincoln team and knocking them off over here at Horton Fieldhouse. So that's a painful memory. You don't ever want to look at a record and discount a team, because when you get to this point, you've got a couple of things. You've got teams that have played well throughout the year and are still winning, but you've also got other teams that maybe had a sub-500 record, but now they're playing their best basketball and they're very dangerous.
Well, and it's all about towards the end of the year. It's all about who's playing the best towards the end of the year, and both teams right now are playing pretty good. We've won, 11 out of our last 12 games, and it's been because of our defense and our effort out there, to where Bloomington has they've won a few games at the end of the year as well, to where, and they've played a lot of similar opponents, to where they played Metamora, and that's about one of the two games I think Lincoln has really not been in the game. And I know Bloomington played Metamora, got beat I think by 11. They beat U-High earlier in the year. They beat them, and we lost to U-High. That was our only. If we would have beat U-High, I think we would have had a 13-14 game winning streak.
A couple of things about that earlier Bloomington game. First of all, Mesa McLeod was going through a shooting slump, and actually she was right in the middle of it. She did not play particularly well during that game, and I don't believe, if I remember, she didn't score a point. And the other thing I would point out is that Grace Biven was not yet in the starting lineup. A couple of things that may play into Lincoln's favor here, especially when you're talking about Mesa maybe getting on track after that last basketball game against Mount Zion, and Grace Biven stepping up, and hopefully she can counteract some of the big girls inside, because Maddie Embry is a huge force inside. She takes up a lot of space. She's not particularly athletic, but the space she takes up, you've got to push her out of the way and get her away from the bucket, both offensively and defensively.
Well, and Emery's their best player. She leads them in rebounds, her second leading scorer. She don't lead the floor. She's a big girl, to where Grace Biven could cause a little problem down there for Embry. You got to make her play defense down there. You got to make her play both ends of the floor, because again, we're going to talk about it a lot, because this floor is bigger. You got to make Embry run up and down the floor. And I think with our defense, because you're going to see Corey, throw the press up there every now and then, back it off, but make Bloomington work for everything they get, and make it a run game, really.
Let's go ahead and check the Me Realty list of the game. List your home with Me Realty when it's time to sell. If you're looking to buy, check the listings at merealty.com. 3 keys to tonight's game. It's probably some of the same stuff we've already done all year.
It is. We've got to effort and defense. I think this whole regionals, I think our girls have looked really, really good at bringing the effort and the defense, because defense is our mainstay. But that second thing, we've got to rebound. They've got a couple big girls that can crash the boards. You can't let Bloomington have 2 or 3 shots every trip. But third thing, we got to get off to a quick start. You know, when you're already beat this team, both teams are playing well. You get off to a good start and make Bloomington chase you. That's when our effort and that defense even attacks more.
We saw Lily Holmes wreak some havoc on the press and the defense against Mount Zion. And another thing we saw, too, that was a little surprising, Lincoln didn't have as many problems with Mount Zion's press in the regional championship as they did during the regular season game.
Yeah, because, Mount Zion, that's how they came back when we were up. We were up double digits on Mount Zion. They came back because of the press, and we struggled with it. And if you looked, I mean, it was like a Grace Schneider, Paisley Holmes showing that fourth quarter in and out and moving that ball. Well, tonight we get up a big lead on Bloomington, or a lead in the fourth quarter. With this big court, I mean, that's going to benefit us.
So just about a minute and a half before we go into the opening ceremonies here at Normal West High School. Normal West has a huge gymnasium. It is a multi-purpose gym, and the bleachers just go up and up and up and up. In fact, when I got halfway up here, I shouted Ricola.
Yeah, I took a break halfway up here.
Somebody asked me if I was broadcasting. I said, no, I'm just carrying bags upstairs for exercise. Just the smart aleck in me, folks. Right. I'm sorry. But, one thing, Darren, and I've done some games in here for boys and girls, and I've also done some PA work here during the Classic. Never seen anybody shoot particularly well in this gymnasium, and I don't know why. Could be the background, could be the lighting, but I hope that our girls don't rely on the three. In fact, if you remember back to the Mount Zion game, I don't remember them getting that many threes. There were a couple Mesa had 3 or 4 threes during the game, and I think Mia may have had 1, but past that, there were a lot of drives. I saw Grace Schneider make one move. Instead of going always to her left, she crossover dribbled, went to her right, and the C's parted. Paisley Holmes had some nice drives. Even Mesa had some nice drives during that game.
Well, Mia was actually getting face guard most of the time, so when she ended up getting the ball, she had some great fakes to where she ended up getting to the hoop. And same with our best, I think, that takes the ball to the hoop and has a great shot fake is Lily Holmes.
Correct.
Lily Holmes is great on showing that ball and getting around their defender.
And she's extremely quick. She's got long arms. She can stop and make that little 10-footer if she has to, or she can take it all the way in. We are about ready for tonight's national anthem. We're going to keep it right here. Glad you're listening to us on WLCN, the sports voice of Lincoln and Logan County. Jay Harden and Darren Worth are courtside here at Normal West.
And it's funny. It's almost like a home game for Lincoln right now, because I think we have a lot more crowd, probably double Bloomington's crowd, and Bloomington's like right around the corner.
A nice crowd here on hand from Lincoln. The bandwagon is getting bigger, and that usually happens when you go through the tournament. You know? So, and the other thing, Darren, I don't think that a lot of people maybe have thought of is that you can see it's like winning an election. You kind of see the path to victory. You can see the path for Lincoln to get to the super sectional now.
Yeah, because I guarantee we win this game Thursday night, we're going to have a lot more fans, and then next Monday we get the super sectional. Is going to have a ton there. Yeah, you can hear our fans actually compared to Bloomington's.
Before we meet the players for tonight's contest, we ask that you please rise, kindly remove your caps, and join in the playing of our national anthem.
from Lincoln in the house tonight. Ryan Oss sits down over to our right. Roger and Sally Gazda over to our right. Principal Dwight Strickland coming up the stairs. Bobby V is even here tonight.
He got here early.
Yeah. Brett and Beth Farmer sit below us.
And here comes the starting lineup. It looks like it's going to be Lincoln on the visiting. The first one out is number 25, 5'9" senior Mia Clark. Next one out, number 11, 5'6" senior Mesa McLeod. Third one out, number 24, 6-foot freshman Grace Biven. Next one out, number 2, 5'5" senior Lily Holmes. And the last one that runs our team is number 3, 5'3" senior Grace Schneider.
Bloomington will be wearing the home white uniforms tonight. And here are their starting lineups, courtesy of the coach, Darren Worth.
All right, we got the first one out. Number 2, 5'7" senior Tina Leonard. She can shoot the three. She hit a couple late in the game against us first time. Their leading scorer, number 3, 5'6" senior Lauren Shuey. The one that leads their team in most categories is the big girl in the middle, number 44, 6-foot senior Maddie Embry. Next one out, number 30, 5'7" freshman Lila Edelman. Last one out, we got number 4, 5'5" junior Josie Skeet.
Lincoln in the road green uniforms tonight. White numerals trimmed in red and the Kentucky checker down the side as both teams huddle around their coaches and get set to do battle here in the opening round of the Normal West Sectional, the IHSA Class 3A state tournament. You know, I don't know if you saw her the other night, but Galesburg absolutely crushed Morton in that 3A regional championship, 35-19.
Wow.
And Morton was good.
Yeah, Morton's really good. I thought Morton and Washington was the teams that was going to come out of that.
I thought so too, so you can't count anything out at this point in time. Embry and Biven to tip it up center circle.
2 6-footers.
Here we go. And it's up and tapped in the backcourt. Lily Holmes has it. Lily into the front court. Turns around to Schneider. Bloomington going to start out in a 2-3 zone. Schneider. Left side Clark. Clark looks baseline for Holmes. Schneider. Grace drives it in. Left side Mia Clark. Mia baseline Lily. Lily back out front. Grace around to Mesa. 20-footer right side. Is it? No. Iron. Rebound. Battle for it. Lily's got it. Lily to Grace Biven. Biven fouled by Leonard. Kicks it back out.
Great rebound by Lily, but that's what she does, the extra stuff.
Schneider to Mia Clark. Clark. Right side Mesa. Back out front Grace. Back to Mesa. Oh, Mesa had a wide open 20-footer, didn't take it.
Well, she didn't even look.
Mesa again, 20 feet right side, short. Rebound, Embry has it.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to let Mesa McLeod pretty much beat them because she's been open 2 or 3 times, and she's our second best shooter.
Skeet's going to bring it across the timeline out near the volleyball line. Right side Shuey. Now Leonard out front. She's not afraid to shoot it. She might launch it from 35 feet. Good defense by Holmes and tap to Clark, and here comes Lincoln.
Again, Lily's probably been playing the best in that regionals with her defense.
McLeod, right side, back out front, Grace. Schneider drives it in, free throw line, elbow, left side Clark. They're watching Clark heavy. Grace going to drive it in. Hands off to Mia. Mia's going to drive in, back out to Grace. Lincoln being patient on offense.
Yeah, they're trying to get Mia some shots with Grace driving, but McLeod's going to get all the shots she wants. And, you know, she just needs to keep shooting.
McLeod, 20-footer, good. Bang, a collision concept 3. And Lincoln up 3-0.
As I speak, she hits. That's what I like.
And now Lincoln putting the press on. Looks like Bloomington going to use, I thought, a diamond press breaker. And now they bring everybody into the backcourt.
Oh, how about 10?
Skeet across to Shuey. Shuey, cross-court skip pass to Skeet.
Got to make sure you know where Leonard is. She was in the corner. Now she's going to come in the middle.
Right side Shuey. Back out front Skeet.
Here she
Edelman.
comes.
Left side Shuey.
Yeah,
Shuey throws it inside Embry. She got it in deep, up and good. Grace Schneider was back there, couldn't do anything with her.
Yeah, Grace, there's no way you're going to have Grace guard that 6-footer.
Bloomington. Oh, Grace Biven, free throw line wide open. Doesn't take it. Right side McLeod. Back out front Schneider. Schneider drives in. Left side Mia Clark. Clark drives in. Tries a running one-hander, and Edelman may have picked up the foul here.
Yeah, again, that time on that drive, number 4, you had Skeet trying to actually stay out where McLeod was, and Mia had a wide open lane where she got fouled.
Edelman with the foul. You know, Coach, Bloomington started out in kind of a 2-3 zone, but now it's almost, I would call it maybe a 3-2 or maybe even a 1-2-2 because they've got 3 people coming out front to guard the shooters.
Yeah, it looks like a 1-2-2 because it looks like a flathead. That's when the point guard stays by that middle.
Mia made 1 of 2 free throws, Lincoln up 4-2, and they just threw the ball away. Bloomington threw it away in the backcourt.
Nice.
And let's hope Lincoln can capitalize on the turnover. 5:23 to go here in the first.
Yeah, Mesa McLeod usually, if she takes the ball out, Bivens will go in, and Mesa will try to get the shot in the corner.
The bounce pass to Bivens on the floor. Bivens dives for it, squirts out of bounds. Oh, and they say it was Bloomington basketball.
Yeah, I thought Embry actually hit that out. I know Bivens hit it, but it looked like Embry was the last one to die for it.
Bloomington backcourt, now using that triangle press breaker. They're still in the backcourt. Nice skip passes, and they get it across the timeline. And now Skeet was trapped. They couldn't get her in the trap. Shuey, Skeet. 4-2 Lincoln if you just joined us. Right side Shuey, out front Skeet.
Yeah, Skeet's their point guard. She doesn't shoot too much, though.
They go Edelman inside. Lily Holmes ties it up.
Good job, Lily.
And that should be a jump ball, and it is. And it will go Bloomington's way. But good job by Lily Holmes to tie her up and not get called for the foul. Skeet to inbounds.
Watch the middle.
They go in the corner, Edelman. There's Lennard. Right side shoot. Ooh. She traveled with the basketball. Lennard.
Got to get out on her.
20-footer, top of the key.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, she can make those. Yeah, she has shot the most, not even close to the most threes.
You know, right now, Darren, I believe the tempo favors them.
Yes, I think so too.
They're very content to play at a slow pace. Mesa back out front to Grace.
Yeah, they're going to
switch sides with Mia and Mesa. Mesa back to Grace to Mia. In the corner they go Lily.
I would
Lily
like
back out front Grace.
Bivens get.
There's a moving screen on Lily Holmes.
Yeah,
I could see that. Yep.
Well, Grace Bivens wide open in the middle, and we were trying to run Mia Clark for a shot in the corner, but with the moving screen right there.
Slow-paced first quarter. Bloomington up 5-4, 4:13 to go.
And that's one of my keys is getting off to a quick start, especially with the team that you've already beaten. And that's really, I don't think, is as good as you are.
Skeet finally across the timeline, out at the volleyball line. She'll drive it in. Right side Shuey. Back out front Skeet.
Yeah, McLeod's got to make
Lennard
sure.
Nice. To throw it into Embry, and good defense by Paisley Holmes in the basketball game. Paisley across the timeline. Left side Mesa. Back out front Paisley. Right side Grace. Now they're going to post Mia Clark at the free throw line and use a double post. Mia Clark free throw line and Grace Bivens down low to Mesa. To Grace. And they tried to throw it to me at the free throw line and overthrew, and Lennard comes the other way. Lennard, Shuey.
She wanted to shoot that.
Shuey, Skeet. Skeet left side at the Normal West emblem. Drives it right side. Shuey down deep in the corner. Out front Edelman. Lennard.
Nice.
And they stole it. Mesa McLeod steals it off to the races. Mesa takes it in. Nice pass. Up and no good by Schneider. Bivens got it. No good. Rebound up. No good. Another rebound. Lennard has it to Embry.
Yeah, you got to make the lay, especially in these types of games. Oh, man, that would have been out on Bloomington because there's no way that girl was going to catch that for Bloomington.
Grace Bivens got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. 2:54 to go. Well, Lincoln blew a really good chance on a fast break there. Oh, and it was a good pass by Mason McLeod.
Great pass by McLeod.
They throw it out front, Edelman, and they nearly throw the basketball away.
Yeah, that's who you got to pressure is Shuey. Yeah.
And they did,
yes.
And Snyder's got it. Gets it to Paisley Holmes. Paisley helped get that done. Shuey's bumping her all the way. Paisley drives it in, is knocked to the floor, and it's going to go it's going to go Bloomington basketball, and Corey Farmer's not happy about that.
Well, I don't know if he's not happy with Paisley or what, because you don't have the numbers right there. You've got to make sure you don't get that deep and bring it back out and give it to Grace and then set up an offense.
Bloomington in the backcourt. Leonard, Shuey, the cross-court pass, and they threw it into the Lincoln bench.
Yep. I don't know if she thought Skeet was going to run down the court, so she was actually passing it where she thought she was going to be.
Lincoln's defense is creating the turnovers that they want, but they've not been able to capitalize on them so far.
Yeah,
2:25 to go.
Big possession right here to get at least a good shot. No turnovers here.
They go Clark in the corner. Nice fake by Mia. Mia drives it in. Piven wide open. Left-handed up and good.
Great pass.
6-5 Lincoln. 2:13 to go.
Great pass by Mia.
Bloomington still in the backcourt and probably on the verge of a 10-second call. That should have been a 10-second call right there, and kicked out of bounds by Paisley Holmes.
Grace Snyder might have had that steal. Leonard still was in the backcourt, so I don't know if she was going to be able to get the ball.
Very close to a 10-second call. Minute 59 to go. Shuey to inbounds in the front court. Gets it to Leonard. Lincoln up 6-5.
We got to get out on her.
Shuey, 20-footer. No good. Rebound almost tapped out of bounds, and it was. Mia Clark tried to go after it. She was standing out of bounds with a hand on the ball.
I know McLeod was trying to. I think Skeet was in the corner, but I think I would let Skeet shoot more than Shuey.
Edelman to inbounds for Bloomington. Looking. They lob it into Embry. Embry, 5-footer. Back of the iron.
Nice.
Rebound, Biven. Paisley to Grace, and Grace into the front court. Bloomington spreading it out now in more of a 1-2-2.
That's all right. Yeah, just let him come and get you.
Lincoln goes to Mia in the corner. Clark, they're guarding Mia Clark very heavily. Clark in trouble, needs to get it to somebody. Nearly threw it away. Paisley's got it. Paisley drives on Shuey. Shuey going to get called for the foul.
The thing with Paisley, I think she'll get out of it or whatever, but when someone is closely on her, she just puts her head down and drives to where she's not, she's trying to drive away from the pressure, but she's going to drive into pressure because there's 2 or 3 other Bloomington girls down there.
First on Shuey, 2 on Bloomington this quarter. Grace handoff to Mia. Clark trying to drive around Shuey. Nice little spin move. Clark tried to throw it up, and a foul's going to be called, and it may be Embry.
Well, that's what's great about Mia. You know, you got to guard her outside, but man, can she drive, and she switches her shots, around. She has different variables to where she can shoot from.
Tina Leonard got to foul, her first, team's third, and Mia Clark makes the first of 2. Make it 7-5 Lincoln. Coach, if you remember, against Mount Zion, Lincoln started off slow against Mount Zion in the first quarter, too.
Yeah, right now, if our defense is playing really, really good, keep that defense up and make them work for every shot they get.
Lily in for Mia Clark to give Mia a little bit of a rest. And Bloomington will have length of the floor to go. Down 8-5, minute 12 to go here in the first. They get it to Embry, the diamond press breaker. She gets it across to Skeet. Skeet drives in on Mesa. Oh, and Mesa's going to get called for a foul. Yeah. It should be before the shot.
Yeah. She beat Mesa to where you know where Skeet was going.
Yeah.
She was going straight to the hoop to where Mesa needs to sprint right to that spot instead of she put her hands on her.
They're trying to inbound, nearly threw it away.
Yes.
Shuey nearly stepped into the court. That would have been a violation, then threw it over everybody's head.
Well, they wanted to give it to Embry. Embry was trying, they were wanting the lob, and my goodness, when you have a 6-foot girl that's wide body to where, just lob it to her. But Embry can't jump as well as Biven.
Snyder into the front court, around the Biven screen, down the lane, just throws up a wild shot, and rebound Edelman.
Yeah.
I can't picture that's the shot they wanted.
No.
So Skeet's got it out front. Shuey, volleyball line. Again, this is a bigger court, so she's way out there.
Got to get on her.
Skeet. Leonard headed for the corner. There she is. Skeet.
Get on her.
Shuey.
There you go.
Shuey, Skeet.
Tell you what, we're doing a great job of moving with the why that ball's moving, man. We're moving with it.
24 seconds. They've got Embry in behind the defense, and they throw it to Leonard off of her foot and out of bounds. Lincoln should have the last possession of the quarter, and they'll have the possession to start the second quarter.
Well, Bloomington's getting so frustrated right now because once they're catching it, we are there.
Biven out, Clark back in for Lincoln. And Schneider looks over at Corey Farmer for the set.
Yeah, you're going to look for either Mia. I think they went man-to-man now. Well, no, they're still in a zone because they look like
and they've got a screen off here for Mesa. Mesa to Mia. Ball batted away, and Bloomington's got it. Shuey, and not going to get the shot off before the clock expires. At the end of the first quarter, it is Lincoln 8, Bloomington 5. We'll send it back to the studio for a 60-second timeout.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Lincoln the ball to start the second quarter. They get it to Lily, free throw line. Lily in the corner, Paisley. Paisley, nice drive.
Yes.
Embry fouled her on the baseline, shoved her out of bounds. And that will be the first foul on Maddie Embry and the first on Bloomington in quarter number 2. So Mesa will have the ball underneath the Lincoln basket. Mesa to inbounds. Got Grace out front if she needs her.
throw it.
And throws it into Grace. Grace to Mesa. Mesa, I
Give
thought
it
she had
back
a
to her.
drive to the basket. Out front, Grace. Grace to Lily. Lily going to drive it in. Stop and pop from 8. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Bloomington. It'll be Lincoln basketball.
Great shot by Lily. That's the shot you want, and that's a really good look.
And if they can keep getting that shot and get a few of them down, that'll collapse that zone and take it away from the
Yeah,
shooters.
look for Mesa to be wide open here.
Mesa. Leonard was right there. Back out front, Mia. Mia to Grace. Grace.
Lily is
Got Lily again at the free throw line. Lily, kick out to Mesa. Nice fake by Mesa to Grace. Grace, Mia. Mia drives it in trouble. Throws it to Lily. Lily was lucky to catch it.
Great
Great
pass.
pass to Paisley. Holmes up and good. Lily Holmes with a tremendous assist. 10-5 the Lincoln leads. 7:09 to go in the half. Bloomington still in the backcourt. They get it across to Skeet, and they beat the Lincoln defense. Paisley didn't foul her, and she made the bucket, make it 10-7.
and Skeet's probably their quickest guard out there too.
Grace, travel with the basketball. No call, Lily. Kick out to Mesa. 20-footer left side, is it? No good. Ball on the floor. Bloomington's got it the other way. Shuey coming the other way. Paisley steals it from behind. Lily across the timeline, needs to find a guard. Gets it back to Grace. Schneider signals the play, right side Clark. Baseline Holmes in the corner, back out to Clark. Clark going to drive it in, back to Grace. Grace down the lane, kick back out to Mesa McLeod. Mesa to Mia. Mia thought she was going to try and shoot it. She drives in, lost the basketball, out of bounds. It'll be Bloomington ball.
Yeah, I thought if Mia was ready to shoot the ball, that's probably her shot right there.
Biven back in for Mesa McLeod.
Yeah, again, just keep on playing hard defense and get on the floor for loose balls.
6:10 to go. Bloomington still in the backcourt. They get it across court. Skeet back to Shuey. Baseline Edelman. Edelman drives in, throws it up, and no good. Rebound Lily Holmes.
Yeah, she don't score much, so that's a big difference of her big miss opportunity for Bloomington, but great opportunity for Lincoln.
Lincoln sets up. Grace drives in. Left side Clark. Mia 20-footer. No good. Rebound Lily. Lily, ball on the floor. Ball on the floor. It squirts out of there. Still on the floor. It goes out of bounds. Lincoln basketball.
Yeah, it should be us. Lily Holmes again down there.
I like the fact that the officials are letting those go a little bit more rather than calling a jump ball instantly.
Yeah, because any other time, that's probably a jump ball.
Paisley to inbounds. Tried to throw it into Biven. The ball's on the floor, and Bloomington's got it. A bad bounce pass, trying into traffic. Here they come. Shuey in the corner, Lennard inside Embry. Embry got around Mia Clark, lays it up and in, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Corey Farmer doesn't like what he's seeing. Lincoln up 10-9, 5:24 to go. Tell you about many of our fine sponsors, including Me Realty. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or go online to MeRealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean, and online myfgec.org. Culver's, home of the Butterburger, home at to 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Coach, Lincoln's defense has been pretty good so far. Breakdown there where they let Embry get an easy layup, and I know Corey's not happy with his team about that.
And the ball did not move. It didn't move on one side of the floor, and that's when our defense should have already been set to where that was too easy of a bucket. But if you look at their three, I think they had 3 field goals to where it's been 4 field goals been layups.
10-9 the Lincoln lead, 5:20 to go. Lincoln the ball. They get it to Biven. Back out front, Clark. Schneider going to drive it in.
That's a foul.
And that was a foul. She got grabbed on the arm.
But again.
And now they've got Edelman out front. Edelman, left side Skeet. Shuey throws it inside Embry. Embry beats everybody again. And Bloomington takes the lead 11-10. And if Lincoln continues to allow that to happen, Coach, it's going to be a long night.
It is going to be a long night.
Schneider, left side. They go into Biven. Bad pass again. Lincoln making a lot of unforced errors here. Lennard, 25-footer, no good. It hit the top of the board and the support, and it'll go Lincoln basketball. Lincoln down 11-10 with 4:39 to go. And Coach not looking very good right now, especially on the offensive end.
I mean, just easy passes that were, turning the ball over in traffic. And Grace Schneider, I mean, if you have a wide open layup, go ahead and shoot that. But she's going against trees down low.
And nearly clothesline there. Mason McLeod, left side 20-footer. Around and out, no good. Rebound, Lily Holmes. Holmes trying to go back up, and a foul underneath the bucket. And let's see who it's on. It's either Embry or Edelman.
Hopefully it's Embry, but I don't think it is. Yeah, I didn't think it was on Embry.
That's 2 on Lila Edelman. And now Christina Mabels has a choice. Does she substitute? They didn't substitute much at Lincoln. Holmes, first one up, good. Ties the ball game at 11. 4:24 to go here in the half.
You remember against Mount Zion, she shot about 6 or 8 free throws in the Mount Zion game. It's because of those hustle plays right there on the rebounds.
Second one for Lily, up and good on them both. Gives the lead back to Lincoln. 12-10. That's 2 fouls on Bloomington here in the quarter. Skeet, backcourt Lennard. Ooh. Cross-court pass to Skeet, and now the defense came up and got her. She stepped through the trap. Biven nearly had it, and Shuey somehow comes out with it. She drives down the lane, throws it inside Embry. Embry up, no good. Rebound Biven, and that probably should have been a foul on somebody for Lincoln.
It should have been. But Biven, I think she wanted to catch and go with that ball instead of just grabbing it.
McLeod. Schneider, McLeod, Mesa, nice ball fake, throws it back out, nearly a bad pass there. 2 longer passes. Mesa drives in, was stuffed by Embry. Back out front, Grace. Grace, 18-footer, no good. Rebound, Lily's got it. Lily muscles up and good! Lily Holmes muscled that one up. (13-11) Lincoln. Shuey in the backcourt, nearly has the ball stolen. Mesa could get a foul here if she doesn't be careful, and there it is.
Yeah, I mean, she's dribbling the ball. Get ahead of her instead of next to her. Yeah, she needs to get ahead of her and make her at least switch hands.
We've said this a number of times. It's something Lauren Wallace drilled into my head. Defense is played with your feet, not like that. I mean, you get ahead of somebody like that, and you force them to change direction. Shuey threw
That's
the
a
ball
turnover.
away, and Lily's got it. Lily needs to get it to a guard, gets it to Mia. Clark across the timeline, gets it to Grace. And Bivin was wide open in the lane. Grace, left side Mesa, in the corner Lily. Lily.
Good skip.
To Grace. Good skip pass right there.
Well, and
Grace,
it was
nice
a
skip
strong. It was a strong skip pass too.
Shuey's watching Mesa here on the left side. They go in the corner, Lily. Lily back out front, Grace. Grace going to drive it in, doesn't do anything. Grace being patient right now. Grace,
and
left
that's
side
fine.
Mesa. In the corner, Lily. They try to go inside to Bivin. Another bad pass inside. And on the alternating possession, Bloomington's going to have it.
Well, right there, just keep on going. I mean, yeah, Coach Farmer saying think right there to where, we're moving the ball is good. Make Bloomington play defense. And there was 3 girls inside there to get the ball.
And a timeout taken by Christina Mabels. It is a 30-second timeout. We have many fine sponsors, including State Farm Insurance agent Brian Clark at 628 North Chicago in Lincoln. Right direction on auto insurance as well as coverage for your home. Call 217-732-6211. Visit sfinsurelincoln.com.
I thought they had the score wrong. I didn't think it was me, but because it was 13-11, I'm like, I have 14. I didn't want to say anything, but because Lily made 2 free throws and they didn't give us both of the free throws.
Yeah, did Bivin make the last basket for Lincoln? I thought
no,
it was
Lily did. Lily.
They don't have it scored for Lily because she made 2 free throws. She should have 4 points.
Yeah, she should have 4.
Okay, good. I thought but they got Grace with 4, and I don't think she's got 4. I think she got 1 bucket for 2.
Yeah, I've got.
I think you're right and they're wrong. How about that?
Yeah. I'll take that. I've never heard that before.
Certainly not.
Not at
won't hear
home.
my home either.
Yeah, not at home.
2:35 to go here in the half. A slow first half. Lincoln up 14-11. Bloomington still in the backcourt.
That's 10.
Still in the backcourt, and Corey Farmer's wanting the 10 call. Doesn't get it. Apparently the officials have no more fingers and toes. 20-footer Shuey, no good, and Bivin screened out and got the rebound.
Man, yeah, that was a long 10 seconds.
Now I want the shot clock because they got to watch the shot clock for the 10-second count.
Yep.
Schneider.
I thought Mia had another shot there.
I thought so too. Schneider being hounded out front. Schneider, baseline Holmes, and a foul going to be called. Number 11, Anna Wiley, a 5'3" sophomore in the basketball game for them, and I believe she committed the foul. She did. That is their third and her first.
Yeah, they changed the points up there. Bivin does have 2 now.
They hurt us.
Yeah.
Mesa to inbound, going to get it out front to Grace. Back to Mesa corner. Ooh. Mesa back to Grace. Back to Mesa. 20-footer wide open. Is it? Oh. In and out. Oh, rebound Bivin. And Bivin was undercut by Wiley and went to the floor. She's okay.
Man, Mesa's had 2 in and out threes. I thought that was down. That was actually right in front of us to where we could actually see that. I thought that was going to be in.
Mesa to inbounds. Looks inbounds. Has Lily right there. Oh, and Lily couldn't hang on to the basketball, and here comes Bloomington. Shuey across the timeline. Minute 45 to go here in the half. Out front, Skeet. Yeah, Bloomington's content to play at this slow pace.
Need a big stop here. I mean, with us being in the lead, I don't mind that, but just got to, play pretty good defense here. And Skeet just picked up her dribble.
Skeet out front, Leonard. Skeet, right side, Shuey. They're looking inside Embry. I wouldn't even guard the Wiley girl. She's not going to do anything to you.
Skeet's another one that...
They go in baseline, Leonard. Leonard up and no good. Good defense by Grace Bivin. Here comes Mia the other way. She's got people ahead of her, and she's going to take it all the way in. And it's bounced out of bounds by Wiley. Ball on the floor. They've got it.
That's the second time we've gone coast to coast and just went down to the baseline and turned it over to where we've got to. If it's not there, bring it out.
It seems like there are people who want to say, I'm going to win this game instead of we're going to win this game. Again, got to give up the ball. Wiley, the lob pass inside, and Mesa's got it.
Now here, I would stall for, if they're going to be in the zone, take the last shot.
Lincoln would have the possession to start the second half.
Yes, I mean, if I'm Mia, this is a big court. Just go way out here. I mean, you got 25 seconds. Nobody's guarding Grace.
Grace has pulled it out.
I'd go even
just
farther.
sitting there in that zone.
Yeah, I'd even go farther. I don't know what she's doing now. It's 15 seconds.
Grace drives in, left side Lily. Lily drives in, running one-hander, no good. Bats the rebound, out of bounds. It is Lincoln basketball with 6.5 seconds.
Ooh, I thought that was back out on Lily.
I did too.
But
Edelman back in for Wiley.
Yeah, I just thought we shot a little too quick there to have the last second shot, but now we should be able to get one.
Mesa to inbounds. Mesa, Biven. Biven is fouled, no call, and there. Oh no, a traveling call on Grace Biven. Unbelievable.
Well, let's not have a UCLA Illinois with 4.7 here coast to coast. You got to make sure everybody's in front and stop the dribble.
If you're Mabels, you got to be happy if you only went down 3. If you only went in halftime, only down 3. Shuey, a long shot up, no good. Off the backboard. At the end of the half, it is Lincoln 14 and Bloomington 11. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the Ground Incorporated halftime show. You're listening and watching Lady Raider basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Raider basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Elkhart Croft and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, Heritage Packaging, Modern Brake and Alignment, Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Masonry, Collision Concepts, State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, The Johnson Family, Simply Traveled Cruise Planners, United Community Bank, Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, LCHS Lady Raider basketball alumni, Rocking G Land and Cattle. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Raider basketball.
Back here, Darren Worth back here at Normal West High School with a Ground Incorporated halftime show. And Coach, Lincoln had plenty of opportunities in the first half, didn't capitalize on them, and many times when they did have an opportunity, they made a bad pass or took a bad shot. But if the opportunities continue to be there, you would hope that Lincoln could explode in this third quarter. The first 3 minutes are going to be very big. They could possibly bury this team or be in real trouble the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. You don't want to let them hang around too long.
No, for sure. And like you said, the first 3 minutes of this second or third quarter is going to be big, to where you want them to maybe even speed up, because it seems like they want to be a half court to where Embry, they want to make sure Embry's getting touches down low to where she has 6 points. But our defense right now, is playing good. I bet you Normal West or Bloomington has probably got 9-10 turnovers itself. herself at least. But like you said, our passes, if we're moving outside and moving it around and stuff like that to where, make them play defense, and that's fine. We make them play defense and make them move, especially a bigger court. It's going to tire them out to where, and if you look at Mason McLeod's shot a couple threes to where they went in and out.
It seems to me, and I've just kind of thought of this right now after watching that first half. It seems like our defense was good, but it also seems like we did a lot of standing around on offense. Yeah. And I go by the old adage, patience plus movement equals baskets. And I would think with the seams in their zone, the spot in the lane about 10 foot out is wide open.
For sure. And especially if you spread them out to make sure, because when we have a girl down low and a girl in the middle, Bivens been wide open when she's flashed in the middle, and that's when you hit her, because we've tried to pass the ball when we've got it on the baseline. We've tried to bounce pass it from the baseline to where they've already got two girls down there, and that's not going to work.
And I hope that coach is telling Grace Bivens, she gets the ball in that spot, shoot it. Yeah. Because you shoot it a couple times, you make one, they're going to come guard you, and then you have the opportunity, because many times when she's got it there, she holds it and then lets the defense come to her, and then she's looking to get it to somebody, and it's not a flow to the offense. It's just, I got to get rid of this before somebody takes it away from me.
And she's a pretty good 10 to 15 foot shooter too. I mean, at the free throw line, she makes 3/4 of them. So and that's a good point to where if Bivens gets it, she needs to at least face the basket. Emery comes out on her, boom, drive to the hoop, because Emery's not going to stop Bivens.
Surprised that we haven't seen Sage Gilbert yet.
Yeah, actually, I am, especially with this bigger court to where we're going to get a little tired. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, since she didn't play in the first half, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Farmer used her in the second half just for a minute or two to get someone to have a break.
It would seem to me that with her type of game, she might flourish in this zone, being able to drive in, maybe get some easy shots inside, maybe get some layups, draw some fouls. Bloomington has shown they're prone to foul once you get inside there and go up for the shots. They're kind of prone to foul you.
Well, and especially I like Sage on the boards too. I mean, she goes after the boards and defensively. That's where she's really good defensively and going and crashing the boards. So the second half to where again, we need to start off quick start. I think it should be our ball to start the second half. We need a good possession. Move the ball around, look inside. If it's not there, I like the ball fakes, because Schneider did it a couple times where she had a ball fake and Mason McLeod's been wide open every time. I don't know if they're going to leave Mia Clark that much, even on a ball fake, but Mason's been getting a lot of wide open shots, and I think she's going to bury one or two of them this half.
3:51 to go here in the Ground Incorporated halftime show. Darren, what do you got for scoring here at half? Ought to be easy.
All right, it should be easy. Yes, you got Shuey that's got 3. She hit a 3. Skeet has 2, and it looks like Embry has 6 for their 11. For us, Mia Clark was 3 out of 4 from the line with 3 points. You had Lily Holmes 2 for 2 from the line with 4 points. Mason McLeod's had our only 3. She's got 3. Bivens got 2, and Paisley Holmes has 2 for a total of 14-11.
There were only 10 fouls called in the first half, 7 on Bloomington and only 3 on Lincoln. And, I would almost expect Coach Farmer, from what we've seen so far, I wonder if he won't ramp up the pressure here to start the second half. Try and get some steals and force them into some turnovers.
Well, a lot of the times he'll throw that trap right off the first pass, that full court trap, and to where it almost is like a 1-3-1 for us, to where we bring our backs up high.
I don't think you can sneeze too much at the fact you only gave up 11 points here in the first half. So to me, that tells me your defense is playing pretty good, but only scoring 14 with the opportunities that they had. You got to be a little disappointed in that.
For sure. And I think the second half, again, you limit the turnovers. That's gonna be more shots opportunity. But I thought we did a good job of actually offensive rebounds too. I don't have the stats for the rebounds, but I really think we out rebounded Bloomington, and that was one of the big keys to where I know Lily Holmes got a big rebound for a bucket. So if we can just keep on attacking the boards, playing the hard defense that we have been, because really the big thing is under 40 points. You know, because if you looked at our streak, 11 out of the last 12, we've held everybody under 40, and our last loss, I think, was to U-High when they scored 42-40. So you keep them under 40, I think we have a really good chance.
Angie Whiteman is here tonight along with her son Maddox. I see them sitting down the way. So Brandon Bird Farmer just headed down the steps, probably getting him a bag of popcorn. Minute 30 to go here at Normal West High School. Again, Lincoln ahead 14-11. Again, not much scoring going on here in the first half. Lincoln playing good defense. I don't know if I'd say, Coach, that Bloomington necessarily played good defense. They did have a lot of focus on Mia Clark, which and Mason McLeod had some open shots, didn't get them. But we had some areas where we just made silly passes. You know, you make bounce passes at Grace Bivens' feet. She's not going to be able to handle that, especially in traffic. Just some bad passing that goes on, and you hope maybe that the girls have got that out of their system to start the second half here, as we're just about ready to start. Go ahead.
And you look at the last three games to where our last three opponents, their big emphasis is on Mia Clark. I mean, each team's been pretty much face guarding. I know Bloomington's in a zone, but that number 2, that's Lennard, she is actually all the way almost out on Mia to when she catches it, she's in her grill. So then you got to have other people step up. And Mason McLeod again, she made 1 3, but she had a couple of them in and out to where I think she's going to be big. Her and Lily Holmes in the second, because Lily Holmes she played a great first half.
Lincoln will have the basketball to start the second half. Up 14-11. Starters back on the floor for Lincoln, and starters back on the floor for Bloomington.
Well, we got 16 minutes either to advance or 16 minutes last game, but this is all out for Lincoln.
Mia Clark now out front, right side Mason McLeod, left side Grace. Clark, they go baseline. Clark, goes inside Biven. Biven, an 8-foot turnaround, rolls across the iron, no good. Rebound foul on Lily Holmes on Shuey. And that was I thought that was a good possession right there for Lincoln.
That was great possession. Grace couldn't believe how wide open she was, to where it looked like she shot it off kind of the wrong foot and stuff, to where if she squares up, has a nice easy shot, that's a bucket. But that is a good possession, what Lincoln wanted.
Bloomington in the back. Almost stolen by Lily Holmes in the backcourt. Man, those skip passes are getting a little dangerous for Bloomington. Ball on the floor. They finally get it to Lennard. Lennard ahead of the pack to Edelman.
A walk.
And blocked out of bounds by Mia Clark. And it was a walk on Edelman.
Man, she took about 3 steps to shoot that layup, but great hustle by Mia.
Shuey out front, Lennard. Right side, Shuey. Shuey goes inside Embry, and they gambled for it and lost again.
Well, again, Mia was probably about a second late coming over.
Bloomington down 14-13. The lead is 1 for Lincoln. Schneider drives it in the lane. Left side McLeod, 20-footer out of the corner. Bang!
Yes,
A Collision Concepts 3. Make it 17-13, the Lincoln lead.
Big 3 by Mesa. Great penetration, though.
Bloomington, skip pass across the Skeet. They try to go to Embry, and Mesa was almost there to steal it. Lincoln getting awfully close to some steals, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Right.
Skeet, right side Shuey. She drove baseline, almost carried the ball. I thought she traveled. And what is the call here? And a timeout by Christina Mabels. And it will be a full timeout. Let's send it back to the WLCN studios. Take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, we'll have more quarter number 3.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
You had a thought off air. I mean, you're right. If they have to go out and guard Mason McLeod, somebody's going to be open in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Grace Bivens going to be open in the middle to where, and Mesa loves that corner. That's where she makes a lot of her threes is in that corner. But if you put Mia or Mesa in that corner, especially on Emery's side, to where Emery's got to get out on that shooter, and that's when Grace Biven can come across and maybe get some hay inside.
6:43 to go here in the third. Lincoln up 17-13.
Yeah, you got to watch the lob here. They have a stack right here, and Emery's going to try to get a lob.
They got it and stolen away by Mia Clark.
They tried to get a lob.
Schneider into the front court, left side Mesa, back out front Grace.
Yeah, they went man-to-man now.
And right, Bloomington did go man-to-man. Wow. Bivens out front. Bivens going to drive down the lane. Kick right side to McLeod. Out front, Schneider.
Yeah, we can run some sets right here.
Schneider around the screen. Schneider going to go down the lane. Throws it up.
Yes.
Blocked, and Lennard with the foul. And that is her second. And Schneider going to go to the line with 2.
And that's the thing I wanted them to do is end up going man to where they'd have to guard Grace, Paisley Holmes, some of our quick guards out there. And even Emery's going to have to guard Biven because Biven can go right around her.
First one for Schneider, up and got it. 18-13, you're right. I kind of looked at that man-to-man and I thought, oh, that's going to be interesting because, honestly, I think if you run some clear-outs for Grace and Paisley, they can get around them and go to the bucket.
Yeah, play our, everybody out to where and penetrate.
Grace, second one up and got them both.
Man, nothing but net.
Lincoln, the lead is 6, 19-13. Now Lincoln extends the press, and they just threw it out of bounds.
That's what we talked about that off there. Where I thought Corey Farmer would set up that where we trap right off the inbounds, and Bloomington wasn't ready for it.
Mason inbound underneath the Lincoln basket. Big possession here by the Lady Railers. Right side Schneider. Head Biven inside. McLeod back to Grace. Grace will set it up. Here comes the screen from Biven around the Biven screen. Looking to go in the corner. Mia going to drive it in. Mia's fouled by Shuey.
Yes,
Shuey all over. That's 2 fouls on Bloomington. And 2 fouls on Lauren Shuey.
And those handoffs are huge because Bloomington isn't going to switch with Emery guarding Grace Biven. She can't switch and guard Grace Snyder.
So Lincoln inbounds again. Clark in the corner. Clark to Mesa. Mesa going to drive it in to Biven. Biven 10-footer right side.
Yes!
Good!
Nice.
Great penetration by Mesa McLeod, and Grace Biven knocks it down. The Lincoln lead is 8, 21-13. Bloomington in the backcourt. There's Skeet. Skeet throws it ahead to Embry. Embry nearly threw the ball away. Out front, Shuey.
Yeah, you really don't have to guard number 30 Edelman out there.
Shuey to Skeet. Josie Skeet drives. Tina Lennard throws up a left side three.
She traveled
with a basketball.
Yeah.
And Tina Lennard doesn't like the call.
Yeah, she did travel. She wanted to get a shot off so quick, and I was watching her warm-ups or second half when she was warming up out there, and she was hitting everything right there.
I saw that, and it's like, wow. She's probably prepping to shoot the second half.
Yeah, they're back in a zone now, and if you're Lincoln, you're up 8. Make them come out. I mean, I wouldn't push the issue right here. That's a foul on
Schneider, Clark back to Grace in the corner. Mesa back out front. Grace.
Yeah, we're moving Mia to where, they have to look around to see where Mia is. Oh.
In the corner, Mesa, nice fake on Embry. Back out front, Grace. Clark. Thought about driving in.
Good job.
Back out front to Grace. Lincoln being patient here, making them work defensively. They go inside Biven. Lily Holmes, nice baseline move. Lily traveled with the basketball. You can tell.
Traveled. That's a good take.
Yep.
Good take.
Went right at Embry. Number 22, Bianca Ellis, a 5'2" senior in the basketball game for Bloomington. And Edelman going to take a seat. Skeet finally across the timeline at the normal emblem right in front of the scorer's table.
Yeah, Ellis will shoot the ball too. She hadn't played this whole game yet, but she will shoot the 3.
They go in the corner. Shuey. She's wide open out of the corner. Good.
I mean,
how do you lose her? I don't know.
Well, Mia Clark was standing right behind the post, and I don't think she was even getting screened.
So on a 3, it's now 21-16 Lincoln. Clark, left side, back out front Schneider, back to Clark. They're looking inside for Biven. Schneider drives it in to Mia Clark. She faked the 3. She drives in. Mia got fouled, no call. And Lennard has the basketball quickly ahead to Shuey. Bloomington trying to speed things up. Lennard, Shuey, Skeet.
Again, on offense.
They throw it into Embry. That was an excellent pass. And Mia Clark got beat, and layup time Embry.
Yeah, I mean, again, on our offense, they went man-to-man, and we just killed them. This is such a huge court to where, I tell you what, Grace Schneider could probably dribble out there probably for the whole time. We're up 8, make them come out and play us. You know, I mean, because they cannot guard us man-to-man.
No.
And if they're in a zone, and their zone is all the way back, all they're wanting to do is make sure they're guarding Mia Clark out there.
I spread them out and run your offense to get some easy layups because they're going to come.
Yeah, and if their zone moves up, then attack.
Yeah.
You know, because we've got the girls that can attack to the hoop.
Lincoln up 21-18 with 3:40 to something to go here in the third quarter. And the timeout winding down here at Normal West High School. A good crowd from Lincoln came out here tonight. Decent crowd from Bloomington, and now we see some Champaign and MacArthur people starting to funnel in here to Normal West Gymnasium. They'll be playing the second game of the Normal West Sectional. The winner of this game will meet the winner of that game on Thursday night at 7 p.m. right back here at Normal West in the round of 16.
Yeah, so it's going to be Lincoln ball here. And now you just want to get a good shot. Move the ball around, ball fakes, shot fakes. Just try to get a good shot here and no turnovers. And the middle, again, is wide open if someone wants to flash.
Out front, Holmes, Schneider. Bloomington trying to put a little more pressure out of that zone. Clark's got a baseline drive. Nice pass to Lily. Lily to Mesa. Mesa back out front, Grace. Right side, Lily. Back out front, Grace.
Yeah, Ellis is in there probably for defense because she looks like she can move a little bit.
Schneider drives around the screen, gets it to Mia Clark. Clark.
And that's fine.
Dribbles out front. Left side, Grace. Grace to Mia. Back to Grace. They need to go back in that corner to Mesa. Embry's not going to get out there and guard her.
No.
She gets a 3. Mesa wide open 3 right side. Around and out, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds by Bloomington. It'd be Lincoln ball. Lily Holmes was right there, and the rebound hung up on her up in the air.
Yeah, she jumped a little too soon. It hit the rim one too many times for Lily to time it.
Mesa, long pass to Mia. Inside they go, Lily. Lily just threw it right to Bloomington. Ball on the floor. It'll be, and Embry's got it.
Yeah,
that's called a jump, and here comes Bloomington in a hurry. Lennard, 30-footer, no good. Ball on the floor. Mesa and Embry dive for it. Mesa has it. Quickly ahead to Lily. Lily, run. Holmes ahead of everybody. Ball knocked out of bounds. That should be Lincoln basketball, and it is a foul.
Man, did Lily sprint after that ball right there. Good hustle.
Foul is, I believe, on Tina Lennard. No, it's on Lauren Shuey. That is her third. The third on Bloomington, the quarter. Lily going to take a seat. Paisley in the basketball game for Lincoln. Yeah. Now Lincoln going to run a stack at the free throw line. Yeah,
I don't think Lily's going to sit too much.
Out to Clark. Clark to Grace. Grace, right side Paisley, back out front Schneider to Paisley. Paisley inside Biven. Biven goes in the corner. Mesa, 20-footer out of that corner. Be there, baby. No good. Rebound Biven. Biven turns. Biven needs to get it to somebody. Back out front Grace. Schneider drives it in. Clark, 20-footer left side. No good. Rebound. Lincoln's got it. Paisley up. No good. And a foul.
Wow. Great offensive rebounds right there.
Josie Skeet, her first team's 4.
Josie Skeet, that is her first, their 4th. Christina Mabels pulled all of her people off the free throw line.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but the officials are telling them to get back there.
Yeah, I mean,
charge her with a timeout.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Charge her for a timeout. I don't know why the refs even let them wait.
Paisley's going to have 2 shots. Lincoln up 21-18, minute 59 to go. Up and oh, it came out, went in. Oh my!
Wow, I thought that was a little hard. Good touch by Paisley.
22-18, the Lincoln lead. Again, minute 59 to go here in the third. Second one for Paisley, the freshman. Oh, did the same thing, but this one didn't stay in. Shuey has the basketball in the backcourt, gets it to Skeet. Skeet nearly traveled.
I wish we'd picked them up to where, it seems like they were having problems.
Skeet just drives in. She traveled with the basketball.
Are they going to call a foul?
Oh, my goodness. She traveled with the ball. She just ran into somebody and traveled.
Are you kidding me?
Foul, I think, was on Lily Holmes.
Got to call the travel there. All right, watch for Emery to come down. Right now, she's on the elbow to where watch her come down. Here she comes down. She pushes Paisley.
Out front they go, Shuey. They go inside.
Yes.
Emery threw the ball away and out of bounds.
And they were trying to look for Emery. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, she's 6 foot, big body down there, and pretty good with the ball when she has it.
Minute 44 to go here in the third. Grace will hand it off to Paisley, and Paisley will start the offense out front to Grace. Mesa in the corner, Paisley. They got Biven underneath the bucket, reverse layup, didn't get it. Oh my goodness. And Lennard with the board. Here they come the other way on a hurry. Shuey.
That's huge bucket. That's 2 points right there, wide open.
Skeet out front. Skeet, left side Lennard. Skeet.
Get on Shuey.
Yeah. They're looking inside Embry. Bivens fronting her and doing a pretty good job of it as Embry's pushing her in the back.
Here comes Shuey in the corner.
Shuey in the opposite corner.
She's going to go on the other corner. Yeah, you got to make sure you know where she's at.
Back out front, Skeet. Ellis, Skeet.
Yeah,
Skeet cut off by everybody. Shuey nearly fouled by Clark, and she's trapped. She throws it across court. Skeet. 44 seconds on the clock. They may pull it out and go for the last shot. Let's see.
Great defense, because doesn't Bloomington get the ball to start the fourth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lennard. Skeet in the corner. Shuey into Embry, and they lost her again. Embry up and good. Again, gambling, trying to get that pass. And she got around them and laid it up and in. Lincoln up 22-20. Right side Mesa.
One shot.
Paisley. Back to Grace.
15
Mesa
seconds.
posted at the free throw line. Lincoln running it down. Mesa wide open left side 20-footer. No! Rebound Lennard, and Bloomington with a chance to take the lead. Here comes Shuey. In the corner, Skeet throws it up, no good. At the end of 3 quarters, it'll be Lincoln 22 and Bloomington 20. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a 1-minute timeout.
Whoa, we scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Bloomington the basketball to start the fourth quarter. Bloomington down 22-20.
Yeah, you got to make sure you know where Shuey's in the corner right now. You got it.
Shuey a long three. It looks good. It is, and they take the lead. 23-22.
I don't get it. I just don't get it to where she's their only shooter out there. I mean, really, Leonard can hit them, but she hasn't this game. It's been Shuey.
Clark out front. Now she sets the offense. Left side, Schneider. Schneider to Mia. In the corner they go, Paisley. She's going to drive it baseline to Biven. Biven, Paisley baseline, 5-footer, good!
Nice, good pass.
A nice fake pass by Grace Biven to go back out. She turned around and saw Paisley Holmes under the bucket. Shuey traveled the basketball. They nearly throw it away. Here comes Skeet. Skeet pushes into Biven, goes out of bounds. That should be Lincoln basketball. Oh, no! That is a terrible call. The foul's on Grace Biven. Just playing defense, and Skeet initiated a contact and ran out of bounds. And because the official didn't want to call out of bounds, he called a foul on Biven.
Watch Emery come down and Shuey comes out.
They go in the corner. Leonard, 3 on the way. No good. Battle for the rebound. Skeet's got it. She kicks it out. Shuey, 3-pointer, good.
All day. All day.
Three Lincoln girls there and didn't get the rebound.
Yeah, you just got to get the board. That's the only big thing right there. You got to get the rebound.
Schneider in the corner, Mesa. Back out to Grace. Grace going to drive it in. Kick in the corner, Paisley. Paisley tries to drive on Embry. Back to Grace. Clark going to try and drive it in. Throws a scoop shot. Got fouled. That may be on the floor. Nope, it's a two-shot foul.
Shots.
Let's see who it's on. That is on number Bianca Ellis.
And that was a great drive by Mia. Mia actually had a 3. Let that girl come out on her, and she drove the lane.
So Mia Clark with the opportunity to tie. Lincoln down 26-24. First one up and good. 26-25, 6:32 to go here in the fourth period. Second one for the 5'9" senior. Up and didn't get it. And now Lincoln's going to have to do something here, get a defensive stop. Shuey, backcourt, Skeet, cross court, Leonard, back out front, Skeet going to drive it in, Leonard, she's likely to launch up a 3 from anywhere. Paisley Holmes got a hand on that, couldn't get the basketball. Shuey, back out front, Skeet, Shuey, Lincoln ramping up the pressure just a little bit here. Skeet out front, Bloomington, they go inside Embry back out front, Shuey, the running shot, and a foul on Mia Clark.
Well, and we were afraid of that to where they get a lead. They've been pulling it kind of back out to where now our defense is spreading out a little bit, and they're getting a little driving lanes, and Embry's a ton.
Oh, she just bulls her way in.
Yeah.
Embry shot up and good. 27-25, 5:59 to go here in the fourth.
It's her first free throw, though. But 2 big ones.
2 fouls on Mia Clark, 2 fouls on Lincoln here in the fourth. Second one, Embry missed it. Rebound, Biven chases it down to Schneider. Big possession here for Lincoln.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Lily Holmes back in, too, especially defense when we have defense.
Schneider sets the offense. Schneider around the Biven screen. She's picked up by Ellis. In the corner, Clark, 20-footer out of the corner. No good. And a foul inside, and it's on Bloomington.
Whew. That's a big, big call right there.
Josie Skeet, that is her second foul.
And there was Mia on, actually on Emery's side. Mesa wide
McLeod,
open.
wide open 20-footer. No! Rebound chased down by Skeet in the corner. And Bloomington with a chance to extend the lead. Shuey, left side Leonard, out front Shuey. Remember, Bloomington came into this game a record of 12-18. Their last loss was to Lincoln at Roy S. Ellis. Shot top of the key, no good.
And that's who you want probably shooting if you're Lincoln.
Rebound Clark. Again, another opportunity here for the Lady Railers to tie the basketball game. And Grace just dribbled right into the foot of Lauren Shuey. Shuey comes the other way. Shuey out front, Embry. Leonard left side, 3 on the way.
Oh, yeah, that's can't let Leonard.
They have a 5-point lead with 4:45 to go here in the ball game.
3 threes just in this fourth quarter.
Mesa in the corner, inside Biven. Biven was knocked to the floor by Skeet. Josie Skeet with the foul. That is her third.
And you got to remember, you got to go back up 21-13 there with the ball, and it's been kind of downhill ever since.
Corner McLeod. Back out front, Grace. I just hope Lincoln doesn't start playing like they're panicked. Left side, Clark, 20-footer out of the corner.
Yes!
Good. Bang. Mia Clark gets 3 back with a 3 out of the corner, a Collision Concepts 3.
Now, you got to have defense.
Bloomington still in the backcourt. Oh, nearly knocked away by Grace. And Schneider's right there in a timeout taken by Bloomington. It's a full timeout. Let's send it back to the WLCN studios for a 1-minute timeout.
A great harvest starts with a great foundation. Since 1976 in Central Illinois, that foundation has been Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service. They're your local source for all your fertilizer, ag chemical, and custom application needs. At Lake Fork, contact Clay at 217-792-3397. In Elkhart, call Chris at 217-947-2221. And at Croft, give Mark or Eric a call, 217-445-2631.
Across the way from us in the front court, up 30-28, 4:08 to go here in a basketball game.
Oh, nice steal.
Stolen by Paisley to Grace, and Grace tried to push it, but Bloomington had 3 defenders back. Clark going to go to the hole, layup time, no good, and a foul called on Leonard. Late call, but it was a foul on Tina Leonard, and it should be Mia Clark going to the free throw line.
Yeah, one more dribble. She was right there for an easy layup. I thought she jumped a little too far outside the lane.
That's 3 fouls on Tina Leonard. Mia Clark, first one up and good, 30-29. Big free throw here would tie the ball game up. And coach, now Lincoln's in the bonus, and Bloomington is not. Second one up and got it. Tied at 30, 3:57 to go, and Lincoln extends the pressure. Lincoln extends the pressure. They've got Shuey trapped in the backcourt. Shuey nearly throws the ball away to Skeet, and Skeet comes up the floor. It's 2-on-2. Skeet down the lane, throws it up. No, and a foul called.
Yeah, right there, we kind of pushed Skeet in the back to where we probably didn't need to where Biven.
She wasn't going to make that shot. No way in the world.
Biven's 6 foot. She's down there to block her.
Skeet's going 100 miles an hour with the left hand. She makes the first of 2. 100 miles an hour, trying to throw a layup up with her left hand. She wasn't going to make that. 31-30 the Bloomington lead. 32-30 the Bloomington lead. Back and forth we go. 3:47 to go. Lincoln is in the bonus. Schneider, corner Clark. Passes inside Biven. Biven lost it. Looking for somebody to get it to. She's in trouble. Inside Paisley. 5-footer up and good. Oh my, the freshman Paisley Holmes. Lincoln trapping in the backcourt. There's Skeet. Skeet Leonard stolen by Paisley. Layup time. That should be a foul. There's the call.
Wow.
That's 4 on Tina Leonard. Christina Mabels is furious. Paisley Holmes to the line with 2. The freshman.
Big 2 free throws, especially the first one.
Got it.
Nice.
33-32, Lincoln leads. You folks on the south side of Broadway, think make. Second one up and good. You did it. 34-32, 3:24. Lincoln pressing again. They finally get it to Skeet. Quickly up the floor. Don't reach, Mesa. Back out front they go. Shuey to Skeet.
Make sure you get on the shooters. Lennard's over here on the... Paisley almost another steal.
Lincoln has extended their defense, trying to cover the shooters. Skeet, ball batted away.
Steal.
Grace has got it. Schneider into the front court. Schneider in trouble, gets it to Bivin. Bivin is fouled, no call. Ball is stolen by Shuey. Shuey throws it to Skeet. Skeet's double dribble. Shuey now into the front court.
No threes. Make sure you get out on them.
Lennard, Embry free throw line. She's camped in the lane for about an hour. She's trying to push her way on Bivin. In the corner they go, Lennard. Skeet. 2:26 to go. Bloomington being very patient on this possession. They go inside Ellis. Kick out Lennard. Back out front, Skeet.
And you don't mind Ellis. Ellis is like 5'3" in there in the middle.
They nearly threw the ball away there. And a foul called on Grace Snyder. That is ridiculous.
You could have called that all game. That could be called all game right there.
Hand check foul called on Grace Snyder. Lily Holmes back in the basketball game for Paisley.
Paisley's gassed too, but man, I tell you what, she's going to probably need to come back in this game. Again, you got to make sure you know where Lennar is and where Shuey is.
Bloomington will be in the bonus. The next foul on Lincoln. Skeet. Nearly travels with the ball. Looks for Edelman back in the basketball game for Bloomington.
Well, Lily is so long out there in the at that point of the
Skeet. They go inside Embry around Bivin. 5-footer. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's got it too deep there.
Maddie Embry, 6 feet tall, got to be weighing close to 200 pounds, and she just bowls her way in. Right side Mesa. Grace out front. Game tied at 34, minute 43 to go.
Tell you what,
Mesa, Grace.
If you want, you can pull it right back out.
Grace going to drive it in. Kick to Lily. 10-footer baseline. No good. Nothing but white shirts under the board as Edelman has it. And here comes Bloomington. Minute 29 to go. Chance to take the lead. Shuey. Lennard, and they throw it to Embry, and Embry up and no good. Rebound.
That's a foul.
That's a foul. Wow. Edelman just crashed into Bivin.
What a bad miss, too, right there. She was wide open, Embry.
And now Grace Bivin, the freshman, is going to have to go to the free throw line to put Lincoln back in front as Lila Edelman picks up the foul. That is her third.
Looks like
we're shooting, folks.
Yeah, two big free throws here. Minute 18 left. Two big ones. Tie ball game.
Grace Bivin at the line. Up. Good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 35-34 Lincoln. And now, Coach, you got to cover the shooters at the other end. If Grace makes this one, you don't want to give up a three.
No, you don't want to give up three because if they say they work a clock for, a good 30 seconds, give up a two, that's at least it's a tie game. And you can actually, with them being in the zone, you can stall for the last shot.
Bivens, second one up. Good!
Nice.
36-34. Pressure free throws by Grace Bivin. Minute 16 on the clock.
I would pressure them because they haven't handled that pressure very good.
Bloomington is still in the backcourt. And away! And they're going to call a foul on Mia Clark. Woo!
Man, that's a big call right there.
That is
big call.
And Corey's letting the ref have it. So Embry going to go to the free throw line with two.
Tell you what, Lincoln has 3 timeouts too.
Embry, the big girl, the first one up and got it.
Yeah, that was a good looking free throw there.
Second one for Maddie Embry, the senior from Bloomington. She leads all scorers with 16 points, make it 17. She has played one whale of a ball game. There's no question about that. Now Lincoln, the tie ball game at 36.
Take your time.
And Bloomington is still going to sit back in the zone.
I tell you what, bring it way back out here. I mean, it's 55 seconds left.
And they're covering Clark in the corner. Clark back out front, McLeod. I wouldn't go in the corner at this point. I don't want to get trapped.
I think Coach Farmer even said, take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time. Yeah, don't go in the corner. Yeah, Corey says, bring it back out.
Bring it out.
Bring it out. If we want the last shot, we'll take the last shot.
Take it all day. In fact, we got timeouts to give. I might take a timeout here before long. Schneider just dribbling it out front. Clock winding down. The Lincoln crowd rises to its feet. 20 seconds on the clock. We're going to stand up as well. Here we go. Schneider out front. They're running Paisley baseline.
Now, here we go. We should be going now.
Schneider going to use a screen from Biven. Around the Biven screen. Grace, a knock to the floor. That's a foul. The official just slowing their whistle. What a terrible no call.
Jump ball. It's going to be Lincoln 2.5.
Lincoln basketball with 2.5 seconds.
It's Lincoln ball. I don't know why she's...
Schneider was knocked to the floor, and the officials weren't going to call anything. 2.5 seconds, and Lincoln should have the ball, I believe, out where the old hash mark used to be, on the opposite sideline. So not the best place to get an inbounds play from.
The only thing is you do not want to throw it in the backcourt for them to actually steal it for a layup. So right here, I mean, and Coach Farmer's got a ton of sets probably down there on the side, to where if we can get it to one of our, preferably Mia Clark could take the ball to the hoop pretty hard, and same with Grace Schneider. They can get there pretty quick.
We are tied at 36. Maddie Embry, the big senior for them, has 17 points. Lauren Shuey has 12. That's 29 of their 36. Lincoln scoring pretty well spread. Paisley Holmes has 9. Mia Clark has 9. Grace Bivens got 6. Mason McLeod has 6. Lincoln will have the basketball here with 2.5 seconds to go. And let's see how things set up. It looks like Bloomington may switch and go man for man here on the inbounds play.
Well, I tell you what, they're going to guard. If they're going to do that, if Grace can get a screen on Mia.
They get it to Paisley. Paisley, Biven, that blocked by Embry. That was a good block by Maddie Embry. And we go overtime. The game tied at 36.
Grace just didn't have the ball right. That was a great bounce pass by Paisley, and Grace could just bobbled it just a tad to where.
Just enough to let Embry get over there and block it. So we're tied at 36. Wow. Well, Coach, we're getting close to that 40-point mark. Don't want to give up.
Yeah, because really, U-High scored 42. Our last team that scored over 40 on us scored 42, but that was in overtime.
Yep.
So right here, you're going to have 4 minutes in overtime, to where, again, you got to get off to a good start.
And that was a great set to run out of that inbounds play. You got Paisley Holmes ahead of who was guarding her, and she had a chance to get it to Grace Biven on the bounce pass, and Grace simply bobbled it long enough to let Maddie Embry come over and block it.
Yeah, so right here, it'd be great to steal this tip. Last time, Biven got the tip. Lily Holmes, she ended up tapping it to Lily. So if we can get an easy bucket right off this tip, because Embry hadn't even came out of the game. She's got to be gassed.
I was gonna say, we don't switch ends, Grace.
No, we're still going the same end.
All right, here we go. Tip up 4 minutes on the clock, a 4-minute overtime, and you don't want to let them get the lead because they're going to spread you out.
Yeah, Grace needs to probably kick it to Mia Clark right here.
Here's the tap in the overtime. Up, and Grace got it, and right to Mia Clark.
Yes.
Clark into the front court. Lincoln needs to be patient here, go for a good shot. Clark, right side, Schneider. Schneider, left side, Clark. Clark to Grace. Grace in the corner, Paisley. Paisley drives in, 10-footer up, no good. Rebound on the floor, Mace's got it to Grace.
That's all right.
Let's reset the offense.
Yeah.
Schneider out front, Clark. Schneider into Biven. Biven in the corner, Mia Clark, 20-footer. Yes!
Oh, wow.
Mia Clark got it out of the corner. A 3 three. A collision concepts 3 and Lincoln up 3.
What a pass
3:20
by
to go.
Grace Biven. What a great pass. She didn't even come down with that pass and just kicked it to Mia.
They get it to Embry.
Oh.
Nearly thrown away. Shuey down the lane. Travel with a basketball.
He called the foul. Man.
The IHSA, this is my commentary and just my opinion, they need to do a better job screening officials at the sectional level because this is ridiculous. The foul was on Grace Snyder.
Yeah, this...
But that was a clear travel. Up and
yes.
no good.
No legs there for Shuey.
There's some tuck-it-out girls out there, buddy.
Yeah. This is where you need to box out here. You've got to get the rebound here.
Second one for Shuey. She takes a deep breath, up and got it.
That's all right. Still up 2 with the ball with 3 minutes left. So right here, you got to make sure a good shot.
39-37. You know, I'm with you at this point.
Look,
if they're going to lay back, I'm staying out here.
Dude, Ellis is right by the free throw line. She's the point. Now she's starting to come out a little bit. She probably just want to at least get a count. That's what you're wanting as.
Yeah.
And now Biven's wide open. Wide open.
McLeod and Schneider playing catch with it out front. Schneider drives in, breaks the count.
I was going to say he kept counting.
Schneider around the Bivens screen, and Grace needs to stay still. Don't get called for a moving screen at this point. Schneider just dribbling it out front. We need more girls to come out here and help her out. Let's pass the ball around. Schneider dribbles it in, back out. Corey Farmer playing a little cat and mouse here. Schneider. Hand off to Paisley. Paisley drives it in. Grace pass to Biven. Boom! And good! And it's a 4-point lead for Lincoln. 41-37. Christina Mabel takes a timeout. She's arguing with the official. It's a full timeout. We'll keep it right here.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. Make them come out to where there is no way they can guard Grace Schneider and Paisley Holmes on the dribble, and that's what happened right there.
Well, first of all, you're down. All you're doing is letting us run time off the clock. Why would you want to do that? Put some pressure on the basketball. I mean, I hate to say this, but we have seen in the past the Lincoln girls have been susceptible to pressure at times.
Or traps.
Yes.
You know, and they've got 3 actually quick guards out there. Bloomington does, with Ellis now playing a lot more in this fourth quarter and overtime, to where they got Ellis, Shuey, and the Skeet girl, and they're all pretty quick to where they've been sitting back, and I'm thinking, all right, make them come out to you.
The fact is they have 2 inside players in Edelman and Embry that are not going to be able to cover somebody inside, as we just saw there.
Right.
They've switched over to stop Paisley Holmes. She made an excellent bounce pass, and Biven was wide open for a layup. Again, Lincoln up 41-37. We're in overtime here.
How big has Paisley played in this fourth quarter and overtime?
It has been, the freshmen have played tremendous basketball game here in the opening round of the sectional.
See if Coach Farmer, it doesn't look like he's going to, but I was wondering if he was going to, because he likes to come out of the timeout and then trap right off the get-go.
Well, let's see here. Paisley's coming up.
Yeah,
they may try and just slow him down here
and that's fine.
Run some time.
Yeah, because there's 2:10 left, so you want them to make sure they take a lot of time off this clock.
Skeet got it across the timeline, and now they'll slow things down a little bit and try and play for a good shot. Leonard, left side.
Got to make sure you know where Leonard and Shuey is.
Shuey in the corner. Shuey trapped in the corner. They're looking inside Embry, and her and Biven are going at it. Biven doing
Snyder.
A good job. Leonard, shot out of the left side. No good. Rebound Lincoln. Paisley Holmes. Minute 41 to go.
Schneider came up on Skeet and left Leonard wide open.
Paisley going to drive it in. Paisley was fouled by Skeet. Almost traveled the basketball.
She
Gets
did
it out
travel.
front. Grace.
They're man-to-man now. In and out, Grace.
Ellis, and needs some help. Make sure she breaks the count, and the official has broken the count.
She could do this all day. Grace
Snyder drives in, back out. Minute 11 to go. Lincoln has 3 timeouts, Bloomington 2. Schneider continuing this dribble fest here. Grace may be a member of the Harlem Globetrotters before it's all over.
Oh, that's a foul.
Grace to Paisley. Paisley going to drive it in. There it is again, and a foul.
Dang.
Lincoln going to go to the
Bivin
line.
had a layup.
I know. It was the same deal that they did earlier.
Same thing.
Two shots for Paisley Holmes, the freshman.
Two big ones, and at least the first one's a big one. You make that, at least make one of two.
Get it to a two-possession game. Up. Good.
Nice.
42-37, 56.3 on the clock. Annie Wiley going to come back in the basketball game, and Ellis is going to come out. Second one for the freshman. She eyes at number 22, up and
nice.
Good.
Oh, nothing but net.
43-37, two-possession game. Shuey, backcourt. They finally get it across the timeline.
No
Lincoln
threes.
Gonna have to guard the shooters. Skeet tried to drive in, gets it to Lennard. Back out front, Skeet. Shuey.
Oh, get on her.
25-footer short.
There we go.
It's going to go out of bounds and be Lincoln basketball.
Just handle the ball, make free throws.
37 seconds on the clock. Lincoln needs to get it in bounds.
Well, coach has still got 3 timeouts left.
Schneider nearly knocked to the floor. They lob it in, and Grace has it. Grace in the backcourt. Grace dribbles around Ellis and gets in the front court. Wiley, and she's fouled.
She used 8 seconds off that clock, too. Grace did.
Josie Skeet with the foul. That is her fourth.
Grace Schneider at the line for 2 shots.
Schneider at the line with 2. This will be a big 2 free throws if she can hit a little breathing room for the Lincoln ladies. Up. Oh, a line drive shot.
Line drive, yeah. And again, that's just legs right there.
Went in and out.
Yeah, she threw all arms right
Yep.
there. This is the big one. This is 3 possessions right here. You make this one, Bloomington, it'd be 3 possessions for Bloomington.
Second one up, missed them both.
That's all right. Stay up, stay up, stay up.
Shuey the board. Guard the shooters. Shuey in the corner, Lennard. Lennard out front, Skeet.
Man, are they taking a lot of time.
Edelman going to throw up a long 3. That's not close. Ball on the floor. Skeet throws it up and got it in. And Christina Mabels takes a timeout with 13-1 on the clock. We're going to keep it right here. We want to thank all of our fine sponsors. Elkhart Croft and Lake Fork Fertilizer, Rock and G Land and Cattle, Modern Brake and Alignment, Schneider Masonry, Brian Clark State Farm, United Community Bank, the Johnson family. I don't know if Grandpa Keith is here tonight. He may be. Simply Travel Cruise Planners, Tracy and Annette Welch, Heritage Packaging, the Lady Railer Basketball Alumni, Dara Entwistle, and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, Heartland Community College, the LMH Community Health Collaborative, Heartland Bank and Trust, Grau Incorporated, Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Culvers of Lincoln, and of course Collision Concepts. So coach just got to get the ball in bounds and they're going to foul you.
Yeah, get the ball in bounds and just make free throws. And right now we're going to run the Illinois.
He's going to run the Illinois play here.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Here comes Grace. Get it.
Got it to Paisley. Back to Grace. Grace around 2 defenders, and Shuey may have gotten called for the foul, or was Wiley, one of the 2. And Grace going to go back to the free throw line.
And here again, we're up 4. All right, we're up 4. If I'm Coach Farmer on this second free throw, I don't know if I'd have Paisley. You don't want to. The only thing you don't want to make sure you foul. So I'm wondering if he's going to get them off that line. But Grace is going to have 2 free throws here.
Lauren Shuey with a foul, her 4th. Schneider missed it. 3 in a row she's missed. You'd like her to take a deep breath and just use the legs. She's using all arms right now.
Yeah, we were 17 for 20 from the line till these last 3, actually 3 free throws.
Second one for Gracie. Up and got
Nice,
it.
good.
44-39, 9.8 on the clock. Shuey, backcourt, Skeet. They're using up time. Skeet across the timeline. They're going to have to do something in a hurry. Shuey throws up a 3, could have gotten fouled. Ball on the floor, and that's it. Lincoln's going to win it. 44-39 in overtime to advance to the round of 16. Oh, my. Both teams exchange handshakes at center court. Tell you what, DW, let's send it back to the studios for 2 minutes, catch our breath, and we come back. We'll have a Ground Incorporated post-game show. Woo-hoo.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, Heritage Packaging, Modern Brake and Alignment, Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Masonry, Collision Concepts, State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, The Johnson Family, Simply Traveled Cruise Planners, United Community Bank, Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni, Rocking G Land and Cattle. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. A great harvest starts with a great foundation. Since 1976 in Central Illinois, that foundation has been Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service. They're your local source for all your fertilizer, ag chemical, and custom application needs. At Lake Fork, contact Clay at 217-792-3397. In Elkhart, call Chris at 217-947-2221. And at Croft, give Mark or Eric a call.
I told my broadcast buddy DW here that it was a good thing I took my blood pressure medication before this basketball game, because I don't know what it would have been during that fourth quarter and overtime, man. That was one that just gets your heart to pumping, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I was with you to throw it back to the studio because we had to catch our breath because my goodness, what a fourth quarter and what a overtime. Overtime, we just dominated, and it was Paisley Holmes in that fourth quarter and overtime. She ended up with 11 points, and most of them was all in the second half.
And I don't know that you could. I really don't know that you could fault the effort of either basketball team here tonight. Both of them played hard. It was a different basketball game than what we saw against Mount Zion. Bloomington presented some different difficulties for Lincoln. There were times that Lincoln made some poor decisions, especially when passing the basketball and honestly defending Mabry inside, where they either didn't get in front of her in time or didn't push her out far enough. I mean, she just bulls her way in there anyway. So once she gets it in deep, there's not much you're going to be able to do.
And for sure, and you almost, especially if you're Bivin, because Bivin's 6'2", 6 foot, and jumps probably better than Embry. And a lot of the times, it was ended up being really Mia Clark down there with Embry, and Embry's like you said, she kind of lowers her head and she's going to take the ball to the basket.
And other than Grace Bivin, we really don't have anybody that's going to be able to guard Embry one-on-one down in the low block. That's just not going to happen. Right. So you really don't want her to let her get it down there, or if she does, you want her pushed out far enough where she's got to do something with the basketball. And there are times I think I would have liked to have seen, hey, one flop, maybe you get called for it. Maybe she gets called for an offensive foul. You never know.
You never know. But I thought Bloomington in this fourth quarter and overtime, I thought they got a little tired.
I thought so too,
when they got up 5, then we ended up making a run, and it seemed like they were gassed. And then when Coach Farmer threw that press up there and actually extended it pretty high, they were having problems bringing up the ball.
Give credit to Bloomington. They were 9-17 when they lost at Lincoln. They ended up winning their next 3 basketball games to end up being 12-18, and got a regional championship, beat Normal West to do it. But
and they were the number 1 seed.
Yeah,
Normal West in their.
But it went to defeat here tonight, and played a heck of a basketball game. But Lincoln was able to pull one out of the fire, 44-39. And I was wondering this: do you suppose maybe that down toward the end and maybe in the overtime, I realized Bloomington was gassed, but if you've not been in maybe that position all year,
oh yeah, right,
you don't really know how to react or what to do. And I wonder if maybe that was part of it, that the Lincoln girls have been in that situation in some of these ball games. Toward the end, they never really panicked. That was one thing we didn't see. They didn't panic.
Even when we got down 5, we did not panic because the next trip, I think Mia Clark hit a big 3 to put us down 2. Mia Clark, I mean, that fourth quarter and overtime, she stepped up big time. She had a couple threes and 3 free throws in the fourth quarter and overtime. She ended up with 9 points in the overtime in the fourth quarter total. So she ended up with 12. But I can go through the scoring real quick. And you had Lennard, that is actually their third leading scorer. You had Lennard that had only 3 points, and that was that big 3 she hit in the fourth quarter. You had Shuey with 13, Skeet with 6, and Embry with 17 for 39. With Lincoln, you had Clark that led us with 12. You had Lily Holmes with 4, Grace Schneider with 3, McLeod 6, Biven 8, and Paisley Holmes that had a great fourth quarter and overtime had 11 for a total of 44.
Well, in an unusual move, we've let the head man sit down with us here tonight. Congratulations. I'm thinking this. You have one of the most successful seasons of a first-year coach in Lincoln boys or girls history. You're now at 25-8. You made it to the round of 16. What a basketball game your girls played tonight.
It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty, but they found a way to get it done. We really struggled there in the fourth. They hit a couple big shots. They got momentum switched their way. They hit a couple big ones. They got the ball inside, and we were getting tired. And, we found a way. We hit a big shot that switched the momentum back, and we just chipped away at it and found a way to win the game.
Coach, we've been in these situations before. I don't know if Bloomington's been in a lot of these situations to where it didn't seem like our girls cracked. We got down 5, and then we came back, moved the ball, and found Mia Clark with the 3. And I thought Grace Biven, that kick out when she caught it in the middle, and without even coming down with it, kicked it out for Mia to hit another 3. And it just didn't seem like we folded because our guards was able to handle the ball.
They did, and I thought, towards the end of the fourth and in overtime, I thought we picked the pressure up. It was, the kids sort of looked at me, and you could tell it was either, we're going to live without, playing back a little bit, or we're just going to get up there and give everything they had. And, they saved it there for the end, and I thought the pressure really hurt them at the end. I thought in the first half we played really passive. We got open, we got some open looks, but we sort of went back to what we were doing before the Mount Zion first time we played them, and we just deferred to Mia and Mesa everything for every shot. The play that Mia hit that 3 on in overtime, we had ran it 4 or 5 times before, and I kept screaming, Biven's wide open, but they're only looking for Mia, and finally Grace threw it to Biven, and Biven, quickly kicked it right back because they sucked in, which made a big difference.
You were 18 of 24 from the free. Your kids were 18 of 24 from the free throw line, and I go back to the old Coach Knight adage that if you make more free throws than your opponent attempts, you're probably going to win the basketball game, and that was the case tonight.
Yeah, we're 18 to 24. You said
that's what Darren said.
And we missed 3 in a row there with under a minute left. So, I thought we did a good job. Not our best game. We didn't shoot the ball well. And you're going to have this place is a tough place to shoot at. You know, that background's really close. You got the signs right behind the thing. And you know, Mesa hit a couple early and then just went cold. And I thought her shot looked good. It's just in and out, you know, and you got to keep shooting them. You got to shoot your way out of it.
And we talked about that. We talked at the beginning to where I think Mesa McLeod's going to get a lot of open shots to where, you know, if we keep on moving it around. And, man, she had two, I think, in a row that hit all the rim and went in and then out to where she makes a couple of those. She probably makes a couple, maybe more later on to where we're probably up double digits.
Yeah, and we pull them out of that zone and they end up going man, and then we put the game away quickly.
And when they did go man, your eyes kind of lit up at that point where you were able to kind of make them look bad when they went to man. They went right back to the zone.
Yeah. Every time they went man, you know, we kind of picked them apart there. Yeah. You know, minus the very last play of the fourth quarter. You know, I should have called timeout. You know, they were in zone. They switched to man, and you know, I like my chances with Grace Schneider with the ball in her hands. You know, and it looked to me like she had a mismatch, and you know, she turned the corner. They doubled her. You know, I probably should have called timeout, but you know,
Coach,
nothing you can do about it now. Live and learn.
When we got up, I think it was 21-13 in that third. We got up 21-13 to where, and then I think we actually, because they went man, and we tore them apart to go up 21-13. Then they went back to a zone. Did you ever think at all to bring them back out of that zone?
You know, we got that lead, and then we quit playing defense. You know, we let them hit a wide-open three in the corner. Then they got a wide-open buck, a 5-0 run there, and got it right back in the game. You know, and we looked tired. You know, I'd love to pull them out. They went to that 2-3 zone. You know, majority of the night they played 1-2-2. You know, it was hard. I kept telling Coach, you know, it was hard to change much because we were getting open looks. You know, minus the turnovers on the out-of-bounds plays in the first half, you know, we were getting open looks. You know, how much better can you get? You know, you got Lily Paisley shooting 15-footers. You know, Grace Schneider took some 15-footers, and Mesa and Mia are shooting open threes. You know, they just didn't fall early. You know, so, you know, it was hard to change much. You know, kudos to Bloomington, though. I thought they did a good job. You know, she's done a really good job with that group there, and they gave us everything we had tonight.
I thought there in the first half you had some good looks at the shot, and I told Darren that their zone, the way they were extending it, the middle of it was really open. You did end up getting some good looks, but I think the frustrating part for probably you and the coaching staff was you'd then have a turnover. You'd have somebody try and make a bounce pass at somebody's feet or in traffic, you know, from three people, and you and I both know those passes aren't going to work.
Yeah, and that's what my frustration was in the first half is, you know, when we played, you know, our last game against Mount Zion, I mean, every kid came out and every kid wanted the ball, every kid wanted to shoot it. We're hitting the open person, and I felt like in the first half, you know, I thought Bivin was open quite a bit at the free throw line, and we just abandoned it. You know, we went, oh my gosh, we got to throw the Mia, we got to throw the Mesa. They're our shooters. And the ball's got to go in the middle for them to suck in to open it up.
Side out.
You know, and I felt like they played a little nervous in the first half, and not necessarily panicked, but they looked nervous today.
You mentioned this, the play down here toward the end of the game, if it was either in the fourth quarter or overtime, where Grace got the ball in the lane and passed it before she even came down to a wide open.
Because everybody can.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, if you go inside out, you're going to destroy a defense.
Yeah.
And Coach, how about the play of your freshman Paisley Holmes in that fourth quarter and overtime? She got some big steals and some big penetration for a bucket for Grace. And plus, them two worked so well together, the two freshmen.
Yeah, she was huge in the fourth and overtime. You know, she got 4 or 5 deflections. Her intensity picked up. You know, she looked like Tungate out there on the point. You know, man. She jumped up in the air, got her hand on 2 or 3 of them. I thought she really picked it up. She got clipped in the eye with a fingernail down there, and her eyelid was bleeding. And I'm like, she said she needed to come out. I'm like, you ain't coming out. You wipe that thing off. We got to have you out there.
Right.
I'll tell you what, the play that you had at the end of regulation, I thought was about as good as you could have, where you had the ball on the sidelines there, and you got the ball to Paisley, and she had the bounce pass. If and I don't fault Grace, but just that little bobble there allowed Embry to come over, because I think if she didn't bobble it, she drains that shot and we're done.
Yeah, I was shocked. I thought Paisley was going to shoot it, you know.
So did I.
She saw that girl come over. I'm like, man, we got enough time to get that off. But yeah, I'm with you. You know, and them two have played together for a long time. So and I trust them. I thought Paisley could have shot it, but Bivens was open too.
Yep.
So it's almost the same exact thing that happened at U-High. Grace Snyder was the one. She could have probably dumped it to her, but I'll take my chances with either of them. We got the look we wanted. Paisley going downhill towards the rim. I thought she had, it was a 2-on-1 look.
And Coach, we talked before the game. I was saying, we played Bloomington once. Everybody's talking about, we should win. I said, I'll always take a 1-point win any times, because you're advancing. This is tournament to where every team, you're going to get every team's best in tournament. I don't care. You throw out records. Look what Normal West did to Bloomington all year, beating them 3 out of 4. But the one that matters was the regional championship. So you got to throw the records out.
Yeah, the records go to 0-0 when postseason starts for me. So it doesn't matter if they haven't won a game all season and they won the last 2. So they got the same record we do. They're 2-0 coming into this game. You can't take anybody for granted at this time of the year. That's a good team there. That's a first-year coach there. They struggled at the beginning, but she put it together by the end of the year. They were playing their best ball towards the end. They gave us a good game at our place, and they kept changing the defenses on us, which is hard to adjust to.
Got a preference of who you play between the next game here between MacArthur and Central?
Both these teams are really good. I know Central we beat by 30, but that score's a little deceiving there. We got out on them early and kind of put them away, and we shot really well that game.
We hit everything.
Yeah, and MacArthur. MacArthur's going to want blood, after we beat them, and both teams are good, so, and this time of year, it's not, like Coach said, it's about winning by 1. We're not going back and fixing anything now. You're simply adjusting to what the team you're playing is doing. So, win by 20, win by 1, a win's a win. That's all that matters.
Well, you got to figure that you've got 4 seniors leading your basketball team, but you're also relying on the play of a couple, heavily on the play of a couple freshmen, and sometimes 3 if you got Sage Gilbert in there, and they haven't been through this experience before. So, that's kind of difficult to guide them through these tournament games and for them to understand the pressure. I thought maybe, did your team have a little bit of jitters in that first half?
I thought they did. I definitely, and even in the locker room before the game, they didn't seem as loose as they did at home. And I know it's a new environment, but they seemed nervous tonight. And we didn't really shake it off there until I thought in the third quarter we shook it off a little bit. His shots just didn't fall, but we got to come out ready to punch them in the mouth tomorrow or Thursday.
Did you notice the crowd that you had behind you?
Whew. The kids couldn't hear me, so it must have been loud.
I'll tell you what, it was a big crowd. The bandwagon's getting bigger, and the further you advance, the bigger it's going to get.
Yep.
Yeah, I told the girls, the more games you win, the bigger crowd. You know what Lincoln's like. They've been through it. They've seen the crowds that follow winning teams, and, hopefully we can keep getting wins and keep filling the stands up.
Well, one of my pet peeves, especially when I do motorsports work, is as an announcer who asks the victor, how do you feel now after a victory? Well, it's pretty obvious how they feel. So I'm not going to ask you how you feel, but you've only got now basically a day to prepare for your next opponent. Does it make you feel a little bit better in the fact you've already played these teams once, so you kind of know what they're going to do and what they're about?
That can work both ways. They know what we're going to do, which I guess everybody in the state probably knows what we're going to do. So, we're not going to change much. We're going to adjust to, what they did against us and try and, figure out if they're going to do anything different. We'll go back and watch some film against both these teams playing against zones and see what they do. And, hopefully get some rest and be ready to go Thursday.
Just remember, it's not what you do, it's how well you do it.
That's right. And I thought, that big court wore us down. We couldn't really move the pressure way up because the court's so big. I don't know. I thought, they hurt us inside, and I don't know, did they make a 3 in the first half? I don't think they hit any 3s in the first half.
Yeah, I think Shuey hit one, and that was it.
We held them to 11 points in the first half.
Yeah, you couldn't fault your defense, really.
Yeah.
You had only held them to 11 in the first half.
Except we only scored 14.
Well,
so,
Yeah, but you were ahead at halftime.
We were.
All right, Coach, we're going to let you take and relax a little bit. Your kids are waiting for you, and the team's waiting for you. You're probably going to watch, first part of this ball game?
Yeah, we're going to at least watch half of it. I think we'll head back after halftime, and that way we're not home super late. And like you said, we played both teams, so, we got film from when we played them, and, whoever we play, we're going to be ready to go Thursday night.
You think I can have that cookie from your daughter? What do you think she'll do to me?
Well, it looks like she ate half of it. I don't know if you want.
All right, man, we're going to let you go. Thanks for coming up.
All right, thanks, guys.
Farmer on the Ground Incorporated postgame show. And, it would help if the play-by-play guy turned his microphone up before he started talking. Thank you for catching that. I tell you, this was a hard-fought basketball game, and it makes you feel kind of good, really, I think, when you're a coach, that at tournament time you didn't play your best, but you still come out with the W. That's all that matters, really.
It does. And again, and Coach Farmer preaches that all the time. You give the effort and the defense out there, things will shake up. And that's what we did tonight. I mean, our effort and the defense, like I said, we probably didn't shoot very well or whatever, but man, when you play defense like these girls do, and that's what won the game, because Paisley Holmes, like he said, got 4 or 5 tips and ended up getting some steals.
Both of these teams that are playing next, I think, present different problems for Lincoln. MacArthur's big. They're very physical. They're going to want to come out and punch you literally in the mouth. But Champaign presents another problem. I know we beat them 69-35, and they didn't play great defense, and we shot exceptionally well. What concerns me is they're kind of an unpredictable team. They're wild.
They are.
And that's hard sometimes to play against.
And if I actually would pick a team, it would probably be MacArthur. They're more defensively, they get up into you. They're more defensive rounded, and they got a couple shooters on the outside, even though Champaign does. But it's going to be all about discipline in this game. Which one's going to be disciplined on playing?
So for Connor Shaw, for station manager Jim Ash, social media marketing manager Lloyd Kirby, for Tate running the board back at the WLCN studios, for all of our fine sponsors. One more, as Rocky Balboa would say, one more round. We got one more round. My broadcast partner, DW. We're going to sign off from Normal West High School, where Lincoln wins the opening game of the sectional in overtime, 44-39. We will play Thursday night at 7 p.m. for the sectional championship and the right to go to the Chatham-Glenwood Super Sectional. This is Jay Harden saying good night and thanks for listening.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out their website, merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln, and online at myfgec.org. Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, your local source for all your fertilizer, ag chemical, and custom application needs. See what Mark Gordon and the Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer team can do for you. Call 217-445-2631. Heritage Packaging in Lincoln, offering top-notch products and value-driven solutions for Central Illinois. Heritage Packaging offers the right packaging right on time. Learn more online at welchpkg.com or call 217-735-4406. Modern Brake and Alignment, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1964, offering full-service auto repairs, including suspension service, brake replacement, wheel alignment, transportation services, and more. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Stop by the shop at 1000 Commercial Park in Lincoln. Call 217-628-7650 or learn more at modernbrake.com. Go Railers! Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch. Attend one of Tracy's Coffee with the Mayor events to ask questions and learn more about happenings around Lincoln. Check the City of Lincoln Facebook page for dates and times. Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to growinc.com. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. Experience the difference with Collision Concepts. State Farm agent Brian Clark, located at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln. Brian can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and he's got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of the Lincoln Lady Railer basketball program for more than 50 years.
Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Wiggers-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, generational travel, Disney, all things cruises, and all-inclusive travel. Simply Traveled is so much more than cruises. Call Amy at 615-961-6474 or go online to simply-traveled.com.
United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 620 Broadway Street in downtown Lincoln, call 217-737-7581. LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer Basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Once a railer, always a railer. Rocking G Land and Cattle, Central Illinois source for superior shorthorn beef cattle genetics. Give Mark a call at 217-737-7905 or call Sheldon at 217-737-7787. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.